musical doors at a shipper in North Carolina. One load, but followed by two really, really good ones, and they're not even hazmat. And a four-wheeler decides to commit damn near suicide right in front of my truck on this episode of
The Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and furry studio audience. That is Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, here it is Monday the 19th. I had a 3:30 appointment here at this shipper. Got here at 3. And now, for some reason, well, first they gave me door 105. Then as I walked out of the truck, I heard the phone ringing, and they said, you need to go into 129. I go into 129. It's one of those places where they make you unhook, you know, dolly down, blah, 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 and all that. And then they just called me a few minutes ago and said, can you move to door 108? Really? So now I have to re-hook up and now move over to door 108 for some reason. Don't know why they can't just move things down the warehouse to this door, but alright. Kind of silly. So, here we are playing musical doors at this warehouse. I'm going to see where 108 is. 118. Saddle Creek Logistics is where I am. Probably right next to where this guy is pulling out from, where he's trying to back into the door. Be my guess. Kind of silly. I don't know why they couldn't just move the stuff in the warehouse, but alright. Alright, 109, 108, right next to the stairway there. So I'm going to go down and turn around and approach it from the other way so I can do a sight side back instead of a blind side back. Or turn over there. I think I'll turn over there. I have as much room as possible to turn around. That's how too many truck drivers get into trouble. You ever see the trucks with the fairings on the back of the cab all busted up and knocked off? It's because they tried to turn too sharp and they hit their trailer against the cab and tore those things off. So you want to avoid that. You should never turn more than a 90-degree angle. This place makes you slide the tandems back too. So at least I don't have to move those again. Just leave them back while I come over and get position for this other door. So this load is going up to Columbus, Ohio for a 6 a.m. delivery, and it didn't pick up until 3:30 this afternoon, which means it's going to be pretty difficult to make it work. I'll probably have to do a split. I never understand why loads get scheduled that way. It doesn't make any sense. Alright, there's 108 there to my left. I'll get positioned for it. Coming back around, baby. This is completely off the subject, but don't you hate it when you get a song stuck in your head, especially if it's one you don't like very much? For the past 2 days, I've had Enrique Iglesias's La Vida Loca stuck in my head. That is driving me insane. And the only line I can remember in the song is, she doesn't drink the water, makes you order French champagne. Oh, and then she'll make you take your clothes off and go dancing in the rain. Something about insane. Upside and side out. Living La Vida Loca. Like, what a song to get stuck in your head, huh? Alright, just about got it. Yeah, and I have to re-unhook and everything, which is just so silly. Well, at least we made it right in on pretty much the first attempt in backing it in. Alright, pump the dock. Off go the brakes. Now I gotta dolly down and disconnect and all that garbage. Okay, well here it is now, Tuesday the 20th of September. After playing door roulette there, that shipper yesterday. Then of course the load was heavier than the broker said it was going to be. The broker said it was only 30,000 pounds on the load board. And the rate it said 40,000. And on the bills it said 42,839.5. Well, if you've been watching the channel a while, you know since my remodel, I can take 42, right about 42,550 with full tanks. So I'm like, great, now they put me over gross. There was a pilot 4 miles down the road. Went down there and scaled it. I had to scale like 4 or 5 times. Kept sliding the tandems to get them right, because they also loaded it really far to the back of the trailer. So I'd have the tandems really far back on the trailer. Finally got it to scale out, so I was just under gross. Of course, I had filled up on Saturday, if you remember. They're in Moxville. But anyway, made that one work. It was a tight load, picked up late in the afternoon, delivered early in the morning, early this morning, 6 a.m. in Columbus. It was an Anheuser-Busch distributor. We're bringing them water. I don't know why, but it was like flavored water. So apparently they distribute that around the Columbus area. So I had to do a split to make all that work. Made it over to my next pickup, which was in Urbana. Or Urbana. Is it Urbana or Urbana? Put it in the comments. They loaded me really quick. I didn't even get to finish eating my chili for lunch before they came out with the paperwork and said I'm done. Well, anyway, so now we're heading up towards, this one goes to Erie, Pennsylvania for an 8 a.m. delivery tomorrow morning. Hopefully I'm going to stop in Kingsville, Ohio tonight, which is just before the Pennsylvania border. So I can get a much needed shower. And that's a good place to park. There's always parking there. I found pretty much any time, day or night. I don't remember particularly liking their showers, but I can use my Ultra credit and get a free one, so you can't sneeze it free, baby, right? Alright, now, and I'm running some small roads. I'm just coming into Delaware, Ohio. On my way up to 71, so I didn't have to go back through Columbus. On my way over to Urbana today, there was a detour, put me about 20 miles out of the way, but I was still an hour early, which made it nice. And so here we are, running down some small roads. I thought this would make for some good dash cam stuff, because, interstate's interstate. I am a drippy, sneezing mess. Allergies are kicking my butt this fall. Last few days, I have just been going through Kleenex like crazy. I have an extra box up here on the dash, all ready to go. Snake through that yellow light, baby. It's just ridiculously bad. The spring ones weren't too bad this year. Usually I'm a mess in the spring too, but it wasn't too bad. But boy, are they kicking my butt this fall. Sheesh. So, after we do this one, then after I deliver in Erie tomorrow, I go pick up in northeast Pennsylvania, not meaning the northeast portion of the state, a city called Northeast, which is actually in the northwest part of Pennsylvania, right near Erie, of all places. And that goes to Johnstown, New York, to a Walmart distribution center for a 4 a.m. delivery Thursday morning. But that one pays really well. The one I'm on pays super well. The one I'm on doesn't even weigh a darn thing. Literally just over 1,000 pounds. It's like pulling an empty trailer. And it's paying $1,250. Now the next one is paying $1,500. It's heavier. It's going to be about 37,000 pounds. But these two loads have been great. The one I had to bring up here that was really tight, that I had to make a split to make it work, that was almost overweight, yada yada, was the least paying of the loads and the longest. Isn't that crazy how that always happens? Another yellow we snuck on through, baby, yeah. So, just trying to survive. So itchy and sneezy. I'm half the dwarfs. Because isn't it what, itchy, sneezy, grumpy, I don't know. I'm just joshing you. Okay, so here we are, parked at the TA in Kingsville, Ohio. I find this one never fills up. Well, okay, can't say that for sure. A couple of times when I've been here through lousy weather, yeah, this place does fill up because everyone's got to get off the road. This stretch of I-90, real close to the lakes here like this, you can get that lake effect snow that all of a sudden comes out of nowhere, and then you get 4 or 5 inches, bang, and everyone tries to get off the road. It's the only time, though, I've ever seen it filled up here. But good place to park. Showers are okay, not the best, but you know, you get clean, and so I got my shower when I got here. I feel nice and refreshed. That's why the shirt color has changed. And all ready for tomorrow. Gonna go deliver in Erie, then I go pick up in, like I said, Northeast, which is actually Northwest Pennsylvania, and then that one goes to essentially Amsterdam-ish, Fultonville-ish, Johnstown, New York, where there's a Walmart distribution center. I don't mind Walmart distribution centers as much anymore because a few years ago they were all pretty bad, and they had this thing where you had to check in at the guard shack, and then you made you check in inside after you've already dropped the trailer in the door, dollied down, disconnected, blah, blah, blah. And it was pretty much their way of making sure you were always late. So they never had to pay attention, was their whole plan. Most of them have stopped that. Now, when I was down in Mississippi that time with that overweight watermelon load, now they still played that little game. And then that's the one they sent me away with a whole load of watermelon. But anyway, whole other issue. So Walmart's anymore, generally 2 to 3 hours, you're in and out, not too bad. Costco's still the best, other than the one down in south of Atlanta. But Costco's, you're in and out, God, in sometimes under an hour. But, so, that won't be too bad, and then we'll see what we can get for there. Nice to have these 3 loads in a row, and we got them all booked on Monday. When I got up early Monday morning, because I sat all weekend in Moxville, then I was on the phone with Mark as we're talking to brokers and trying to get things booked, and we got that first one, which was okay. And then it kind of turned out to be heavy, blah, blah, blah. And then these next 2, we got booked, and they're great. And they're not even hazmat, and they're paying really well. So, that's what's so cool about this is they're short miles, and yet they're paying well. And I'm going to still end up with a really good check at the end of next week, based on these 3. Now, if we can find something else to carry us over the weekend and stuff, great. That's even better. So, pretty good on that. Like I say, parked here in Kingsville. I do have this ass wagon to show you that coming through Cleveland, I'm on the express lanes. We'll get into it here in just a second. But, it's amazing what people will do just to save a few seconds. Gee, should I do that or I might die? I don't know. Okay, and then to switch gears real quick, as far as addressing the whole box thing, I haven't had a chance to read most of your comments from the last video where I was talking about my initial thoughts for my next solution on fixing the box and the leak issue over the new extension. So I haven't had a chance really to read all the. I've glanced at a few. I know a few of you kind of agree with my plan, but I haven't really had a chance to address all those, and I'm sorry because I was busy all Monday, and this load I had to deliver this morning that was really tight. I had to do the split. I haven't had a lot of sleep. Over the next couple of days, I'll try to get to that. So then maybe in the next video we can address all of that, and I'll reveal more of my plan. And hopefully we can, I've been taking a lot of your suggestions, and I think with a lot of your suggestions and a lot of the ideas I had, John Holgren's been helping me and everything, I think we're going to come up with a good plan. So we'll address all that in the next video. Now, let's look at that ass wagon. First off, a little setup. I'm on I-271 in the Cleveland area. And I've always said the Cleveland area is one of the few that gets it. They let the trucks in the express lanes because the majority of us are going all the way through. We're not getting off anywhere. Put us out in the express lanes away from everybody merging in and out constantly. And then the main I-90 section, this is just before, I-90 east and 90 splits off west. So the local lanes have the 90 west part, and it was starting to all back up. And, a couple of people decide, well, they don't want to wait, and they cut illegally across the median into the express lanes. One of them was far enough ahead of me. This next guy does it right in front of me, and he's on the shoulder. I'm like, oh, he's not going to just pull in front of me, is he? No, he is. Okay, watch carefully up here. You can see on the right there. There's the local lanes on the right, express lanes here on the left. I'm in that right lane of the express lane. There goes that first car right across, and the second car follows him and decides he's just going to slide right in front of me. Oh, whoops! And now the clutch trucker zoom and slow-mo. All right, you see the first car coming across the median illegally, and he whips into the lane in front of me, but he's far enough ahead at least. And the second car comes across. He's on the shoulder, thinks, oh, I'll just do the same thing. I blow my air horn right there. Oh, he realizes he's about to die. I think there was a brown stain on his seat after that one. What do you think? I mean, I don't think he'll be pulling that crap again, or maybe he will because he's a jerk. I don't know. Just stupid. To save a few seconds, let's see, almost die. Morons. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Some good road video and letting you know what's going on, and yeah, showing you what sometimes happens at shippers. Yeah, the musical doors. That's not the first time that's happened to me. And how about that four-wheeler? Yeah, hello. I don't think he'll be doing that again. What do you think? Thanks for tuning in. As always, please subscribe. Please like and comment. I get your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes it takes a few days because I'm a working truck driver. There's Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter. That's usually where I just put Rusty stuff. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. Ray, just pretend for a minute I don't know anything about metallurgy, engineering, or physics. And just tell me what the hell is going on. All right, here it is. Where's it going? Oh, you anticipated it, but you missed it. It's right in front of you. There it is. See, you're trying to be sneaky. Trying to be sneaky. That's right. He's a fluffy dog. He's fluffy and yet he's sneaky. Yeah, sneaky. Fluffy. He's a meatball dog and yet he's sneaky. He's sneaky. There you go. All right, so will that be the second Meatball Dog song? What was that? That's like based on that rap song, what, from the 80s? Tricky, I think is what it was. I think that's it, buddy. All right, let's get the happy dog look. Rusty, look up here. Up here, come on. Your audience wants to see you. Come on. Rusty.